Hi, everyone, and welcome to the High Vibe Tribe, where we go live at 5 on Fridays. I'm your host, Susan Shatzer. Joining me today is one of our founding members, and I so look forward to sharing her with you. Before I do, let me tell you a little bit about her and her specialties. Susan Hayes is the Spark Activator. That's right, the Spark Activator. She is an inspirational speaker, author, energy healer, and life coach for all ages. Her primary mission is to empower and inspire others to activate the spark that's within. Susan has published 2 books and is a #1 international bestselling author. She is certified in a multitude of energy healing modalities and infuses this infinite wisdom into her work. Susan's course, Abundance Activation, and is known for how to rewire your brain, wire, and business for success. Please help me welcome, because she se habla español, Susan Hayes.
Yay! Hey everyone, thank you so much for that amazing and beautiful introduction, Susan. I am so honored and thrilled to be here today with you and with all of us, all of those who are listening. All of us. Yeah, I think that we have some other sentient beings joining us.
Yeah, us and them and those and the whole.
Exactly.
So, Susan, you've got to jump in and tell us, like, how did you actually get started down this path to become the Spark Activator?
Oh, gosh. I think it's been many years of having my own spark just like snuffed out or kind of suffocated, not enough gas in it with all these limiting belief systems that a lot that had been imprinted as a child. That I kind of bought into, you know, when you feel like you're different and you want to try something that most people don't do. And they're like, what are you, crazy? Like, what do you want to do that for? So it was getting in touch with that and realizing how much more joyful I feel when I ignite that spark and I do what I was born to do. And so I realized that that's what I want to be able to do for other people, to kind of clear out whatever's kind of suffocating their own flame, their own spark, so that it can be truly activated and they can bring their gifts to the world. And
yeah,
that's the world.
Isn't that so amazing? I love what you're talking about because, you know, I'm sure no one at all can relate to what you're saying. You know,
yeah, no one.
Yeah, nobody else. This is totally just you, right?
Yeah, I'm different.
Yeah.
There's something wrong with me.
Right? Yeah, like, why would you want to do something like, thank you for speaking about this. Thank you for bringing this up, because it resonates with so many people and they're just not sure where to go and where to turn and who to talk to and what to say and how to respond. So what do you love the most about what you do?
I love that I get to show people the way, like something that they thought was absolutely impossible. My cat's joining us. Something that they thought they would never be.
Sophie.
That would be Sophie. Yep, she's sneaking around. She's funny. I told you, everybody's joining us today.
She's contributing.
Huh?
She's contributing.
She definitely is. She's like, woo, she's feeling the vibe. So I get to help other people be able to ignite their spark and know that it is possible and that there's so much more they can do, because once they light that spark and they're in alignment with what they're born to do, everything else is just easier and it just brings way more joy. I mean, we were born with gifts for a reason. We were born to share them. And when we really truly embrace that and fully explore and allow that to expand like fireworks, then it just automatically goes with joy, because joy is our birthright. It's our birthright. That's what life is supposed to be about.
Yes, absolutely. And in your bio, you have a couple books that you've published, and I know your heart is set to work with a certain generation. Would you speak to that for us?
Oh, yes. And I think I'm going to show you my book, Ollie Oddball, and I think that will kind of give people a clue as to what generation I like to work with, what population. I love children. I also love working with people, adults, inner children. So it's all about children, whether it's an actual child or inner child. And I taught for more than 20 years. I taught like you, Susan, and mostly with primary age school children. And I noticed that the most important skill that I could teach my students was just to activate that spark within, to boost that confidence, that self-esteem, and then everything else would be easier for them. And they would feel free to be able to express who they truly were and wanted to be without getting, again, that spark stuffed out with those belief systems like, oh, you can't do that, or you're not smart enough, or all of that. And I saw a lot of bullying, and it's the antidote to that is really what my sister refers to as peaceful collaboration. And it's about having that confidence and self-esteem to be who you truly are. And that's really the key. We don't need to have an anti-bullying curriculum. It's more about feeling good within oneself. And then it doesn't matter what anybody else says. You'd be like, yeah, right, whatever. You think I'm stupid? Oh, you have no idea how awesome I am. That's what I'm looking to do with kids.
Yeah, you are the missing piece. That's what I feel. There's no curriculum, Susan, that has, any of this to talk about, to work through. And, I remember, being a first grade school teacher, and as you were just speaking about it, like all of these images and experiences like were come flooding back where, there was like absolutely no bullying. There was no disrespecting each other. Like, we are all here to help and support. And how can you do that to each other? And it was just the smackdown. It's like, no, this is like non-negotiable in my classroom and even with my family. And I know, you're the missing piece. Like, I can definitely see curriculum coming for like the new school and the new now, that we're all creating here on planet Earth. So yes. Thank you for that. Thank you for stepping up. Thank you for being the oddball.
I love it. I'm embracing it. I didn't always embrace it, but I do now.
Yeah, right? Like, you are a goddess, my friend. You are the flame activator. I love it. It's your flame flower.
That's right. It was gifted to me by my niece. She totally tapped into the energy where I'm at right now.
I love it. So before we go, would you share with everyone, what they can expect, what they're going to be receiving from you if they choose to work with you personally, or on Fridays when we go live? What can they receive?
So the number one thing that everybody receives, depending on, no matter what tools and strategies I use, is just major transformation. They will be changed, and they will be changed for the better. And it may even happen in a way that they're not even noticing at first. And so I do that in a lot of different ways. I do that by speaking at schools, speaking in general, doing life coaching, training, workshops. I have the webinar that you just mentioned, Abundance Activation, how to rewire your brain, body, and business for success. So that has a lot to do with bypassing that subconscious, the conscious mind. And so there's the books. I have books that I've written that will impart that healing wisdom. As my bio states, all my energy healing, certifications and all that and training are infused in my work, so that I do remote energy healings. I do personal coach sessions on the phone or in person. So there's a lot of different things that I do, and I'm open for that always changing. And what else I can add, how else can I make that possible, and to do it with greater ease.
Wow, you just spoke a ton. I feel like I'm,
I was like, that's why all of a sudden I go, oh, let me stop.
I'm like, I'm having it. Like, if you're having it too, then you have got to join us on Fridays live at 5, where you will get to hang with Susan personally. And if what we're speaking to you about resonates with you, then head on over to our Facebook group, the High Vibe Tribe. Make sure you invite your friends to join us there too. And until Susan and I get to meet you in person someday, ciao for now.
Bye. Thank you. Peace and love. Thank you, Susan. See you all soon.
Bye.